Meanwhile, tech companies are racing to get huge amounts of data to train their AI models. New Bloomberg reports Amazon found hundreds of thousands of cases of suspected child sex abuse material in its training data. Now, Amazon removed the content before training its models, but would not provide the sources to authorities. So I'm going to bring in Riley Griffin, a Bloomberg tech reporter who broke this incredible story.
All right, first question. Why would they not provide the source? Because that'll lead directly to who put in the child sex abuse material stuff. Are they trying to protect the higher ups? Because we know them higher ups. I mean, just look at everything in the Epstein file. Them higher up people in them higher positions are some freaky people, be some nasty people who need to go to jail for the rest of their life.
Riley, let's start with how these companies train AI. I mean, where are they getting that training data from?
It's a great question. Amid the AI race, companies large and small need massive amounts of data to improve those models. They can scrape it from the internet, they can license that data, purchase it from another company. In this case, all we know is that Amazon got the data from an external source. But it's really core to the question of what's in the data that is feeding these models.
So let's specifically talk about what happened here at Amazon. Your report on Amazon found that suspected child sex abuse material in its training data and then reported it to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. That group called Amazon an outlier. Why do they call it an outlier?
Yeah, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which is a clearinghouse fielding tips from industry to law enforcement, called Amazon an outlier because it did not share that data about where it had gotten this material. It flagged it, which is appropriate and a company legally must do, but it didn't provide information about IP addresses or what was in the content or where it had ultimately gotten this material. So that was a key point. The other thing here is the sheer scale. Hundreds of thousands of cases of suspected child sexual abuse material has not been seen at other companies. We spoke to Meta, OpenAI, Google, all the players, and they have seen a couple at the margin, but nothing in the tens of thousands, let alone hundreds of thousands when it comes to AI training data.
So incredibly disturbing to hear that. What happens now with all that illegal content, and what's being done to prevent this from happening again?
But what's the purpose of it, though? Why would someone want, I'm trying to figure out why would they want the AI training data to include child sex abuse material? Is it for some... Explain to me. Tell me, y'all. What do y'all think? Why include it in there? Why did someone want to have that in there? Or was it just an accident that was included in the data that they sent?
As for Amazon's remediation activities, all I can tell you is they say they are committed to fighting CSAM, but we don't know actually what's happening with this specific material beyond the fact that it was removed before training. The broader industry, though, the request from child safety experts is to make sure that your data is clean to begin with. Don't go to the darkest corners of the internet to get that material. And when you obtain data, make sure you're scrubbing it before it's ingested in those models.
Yeah, you bring up an interesting point because we recently saw how Elon Musk's AI Grok was allowing people to generate AI-generated sexualized images of girls and women. You spoke with plenty of child safety experts. Do they feel like social media companies are doing enough to prevent this from happening, or are they just reacting if something is found?
A lot of them are concerned that this is a box-checking exercise, that they are reacting because the primary goal, they say, is just having these models be the best of the best, and that means getting a lot of data. But this is really concerning because if you have this kind of data in your models, it could make it so they can replicate that material or continue to distribute something that has already traumatized children out there, and a case where many are still in active danger.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. So with that data, they can either create some child sex abuse material, distribute it to other people, create just AI versions of it, thinking it's all okay and all hunky-dory. Yeah. Someone has to be investigated because they called them an outlier, or Amazon an outlier, because they refused to give up who sent it, which says a lot about the company itself. But let's get over into the AI breakdown because there's not many news reports about it. So let's go over into the AI breakdown to see if we can find anything else or tell us anything else about this whole horrible situation. But let's get into it. So, as we know, in January 2026, an investigation revealed Amazon discovered and reported a staggering volume, so hundreds of thousands of child sex abuse material, CSAM, that's the acronym, within the AI training data set. So Amazon reportedly a vast majority of the more than 1 million AI related reports submitted to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in 2025. The company stated that the material was found from an external source, web data collected to improve the artificial intelligence models. But for some reason, they didn't screen the data, or the higher ups didn't care to screen the data. You got to think about that. So, pre training removal. So, Amazon maintains that the illegal content was detected and removed before the AI models were actually trained. Question is, how do we really know that? How do we really know? So, an industry outlier, while other tech giants like Google, OpenAI also reported from CSAM, child sex abuse material found in training data, Amazon's volume was described by the by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children as an outlier because of just the size of it and the fact that they're not providing who it came from. So the lack of actionable data. So the MCMEC officials criticized Amazon for providing minimal details about the origin of the source of the material. Unlike its peers, Amazon reporters often lack the specific location or source data necessary for law enforcement to track perpetrators. Whoa, hold on. That's a crazy. So look at this. Unlike its peers, Amazon reports often. So this is not just more than one thing. So it often lacks the specific locations or source data necessary for law enforcement to track perpetrators. So does that mean that it's like protecting your source? So scanning methodology. So Amazon attributes the high volume of reports to its over-inclusive scanning rules, which are designed to be cautious but can result in high number of false positives. So experts have raised questions about the reckless data collection practices in the AI industry, where the race to amass massive data often outpaces safety analysis. Amazon has pledged to share more comprehensive data regarding these findings in March of 2026. So that gives them time to prepare. That makes it sound like to me. But another question, why are they protecting their sources? You know, with AI needs a lot of data, a lot of information to learn and know how to act and know how to respond to the questions and the prompts and the different things that humans ask it to create. And if there's a lot of child sex abuse material in there, that means a pedophile or someone just on that same level could use it to do some nasty things. But I guess Amazon might be thinking it's all money in their pocket and then it's an absolutely crazy situation, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's a crazy situation. But this is the type of stuff that we need to review, and this is the type of stuff that we need to talk about. Why are they hiding their sources? Why won't they be honest about where they came from? Why such a large volume? The world can be a nasty place. But we have to review it together. That is the way we move forward and protect ourselves and the people we love. But like always, let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said. Absolutely.